Joining me in the room podcast to talk about his pro MMA debut happening this Saturday night for CES 74 is Mike Motzz, Antidormi. What's up, my friend?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Congratulations, man. Taking that huge step, getting that pro debut. Man, how you feeling about it? It's finally here. I know you've had a fight fall through for your previous pro debut, but here we are, man. How you feeling about it?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling ready. I'm excited, man. Like you said, it was rough. I was supposed to fight in May, so it fell through. I tried to get something in the middle of May, and then I tried to get something at the end of May, and nothing really panned out. So here we are, July 29th, and CES got me a fight. I'm very excited to go out there and put on a show and show some new tools that I've been working on, you know.
Well, my man, CES, no stranger to your camp. Dan Dubuque, your coach, one of your training partners, holds their featherweight title, man. How excited are you to make your pro debut for them? You've never fought for them, but you are now in Cranston, Rhode Island, the historic Park Theater. How you feeling about making your pro debut for such a huge promotion in the region?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm excited to get my foot in the door for CES. You know, they are one of the bigger organizations around here, you know, especially because, like, don't get me wrong, I love Cage Titans, but they're pretty far from me, and CES has a lot of shows that are a lot closer to me. So I'm excited to get my foot in the door with them. And a lot of their guys, like similar to Cage Titans, the guys that get titles there, they get the call up to the big show and contender series shots and all that. So I'm very excited to get my foot in the door with them and show them, put a show on for them, and show them I'm here to stay, you know?
Excellent. Well, like I said, they will be at the Park Theater. It's their first MMA show there. It's a gorgeous place, man. Have you heard about it? Have you researched where you're going to be heading this time?
Yeah, I looked it up a little bit. I haven't seen, I don't know too much about it. Like, obviously, I looked it up. I looked up what's around it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You got a game plan for the party afterward, you know. But the theater itself, I haven't really seen too much about. You said it's a beautiful place. I was wondering. I wasn't sure what it was gonna look like really, but from what you just said, I'm assuming it's a pretty nice place. Everybody calls it the historic Park Theater, so I would imagine it gets that name for a reason.
Well, my friend, I graduated high school right across the street. That was my stomping ground growing up. We used to run rampant around that area, bothering everyone coming out of the theater. I think it was like 11. I was 11 years old when I saw my first movie at the Park Cinema. So it's been around a while. It's a gorgeous area, Ralph Square. So, and there's a lot of Italian restaurants around that area, my man. It's Portuguese and Italian in that Cranston area.
Beautiful. That's right up my alley, man.
Well, with that said, man, you mentioned Cage Titans. You fought for Reality, made your amateur debut for them, and then finished your amateur career winning their featherweight amateur title in January. It was exactly a year to the day from your amateur debut to your last amateur fight, a couple of fights in between for Cage Titans.
Right.
You know, a year full of fights, man. If you can recap that amateur year, how would you do it?
Yeah, so it's funny you say that. It's pretty crazy. I never even thought about that. It was exactly a year, so it was cool, man. I debuted, so like I was supposed to debut actually a long time before that, and I had a few major setbacks. You know, I had broke my leg at one point, and so I had to heal that up for a while, and then I was ready to make my debut again, and COVID happened. So that was nuts, obviously. So I had a little bit of a setback there, but I looked at that as a blessing in disguise, you know, because I really was able to hone in on my skills and get my my body in better shape and all those things. So I think it was a good thing for me to have to wait a little bit to make my debut. And then obviously in my debut, I got the finish in the third round, and then we came up to Cage Titans for two fights, two real good fights, a dominant performance, my first one, and then a real good fight against Kasky, my second one for them. And then, I fought Hancock for the title, which was Very cool, man. It was nice to get that title. We wanted to do one more actually. We were supposed to fight for CES for a 135 title, and that obviously fell through. And then, but my coach, he assured me. He said your skills are at the level of pro, and then we're ready to take it to the next level. So I have all the trust. I have all the faith in him. So I believe him when he told me that, and here we are, man.
Here we are, man. Quick year, bro. So congratulations on that, my man. No easy task for you in the amateur ranks there. Had some tough opponents. You mentioned that last fight, a split decision, fighting in your backyard there, and the last fight for Reality Fighting there. And then you make your pro debut for CES. My man, I think you have a couple of training partners maybe grappling on the card as the undercard. Is that correct? One or two?
That's correct. Yeah, just one training partner. Max Dolan. He's absolute freak, man. He's an animal on the mats. He's a blue belt, but when I tell you he's a high level blue belt, man, they don't really get any more high level than he is. Like him and my two brothers, they're about ready for purple. But he's facing a D1 wrestler, supposedly a real good grappler, so I'm excited to see that match. That's going to be very exciting.
Excellent, my man. Well, it is, a couple of days away from weigh-ins, and then it's fight night, man. You're taking on a kid who's had a couple of fights, a couple of pro fights, boxing bout here and there. He fought for LFA, I think, over a year ago. That was his second pro fight. What do you know about your opponent going in, if anything? I know it's early in your careers. But he's got an amateur record, and also anything you know about this kid coming in?
So I don't know too much. I know his record. He took it. I got to give him all the respect. He took it on last minute. He took it about 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks. So yeah, I had an original opponent. Unfortunately, they got some bad news within their family, and he had to pull out. So it is what it is. But I respect this kid for taking the fight on such short notice. Especially because a lot of guys don't want this fight. I've been going through that for my whole amateur career, so I'm glad that I finally got somebody to step up to the plate. And I don't know too much about him. I seen a little video on him. Like I said, I always say I don't really do too much research. I let my coach does that, and also my brothers always look him up, and they give me their take on it. But I focus on what I'm gonna do in the fight, and I take what my coaches tell me and take it into consideration and use whatever techniques that we think are going to be the most effective. But yeah, so we know a little bit, but not too much. Like you said, it's early in his career, so not too much video on him or nothing like that. And I'm just excited to get out there for a good scrap. He's kind of a tall kid, long kid, so I'm excited to see. I always let the fight come to me and kind of see what I need to do to get where I need to be, and that's kind of one of my favorite parts about fighting is it's like solving a puzzle, And like you said, I don't really I always take the tough fights, so that's what I'm looking for. I hope it's a good tough scrap.
Excellent. Well, my man, taking that pro leap here, bro, things have changed. Elbows, strikes that you couldn't normally have, on the ground as an amateur. But here you go, man. No holds bar. You are a pro now, man. You have all those tools, plus longer rounds. I'm sure you changed it up a little bit in training camp as far as, cardio. But, talk a little bit about training camp and getting ready for your pro debut compared to, like, amateurs.
Yeah, so that's a huge thing for me was the 5-minute rounds. So, like, throughout my amateur career, I've found that especially towards the end of the 3-minute rounds, like, I kind of start getting going a little bit more. I'm like a cardio guy, I always have been. And I find that at that 3-minute mark, I'm really starting to pick it up, especially like in the Cardona fight. I had that fight pretty much in the bag at the end of the first and the second round. I was really starting to rain down some big ground and pound, and the bell goes off. I get an extra 2 minutes to work now that I'm going pro, which is very exciting for me. Also, the elbows on the ground is a huge game changer for my ground and pound. And the major thing that I changed in training this training camp was just the length of the rounds. I'm staying up on the cardio just as much, if not more, because of the difference in the length. But the elbows, the knees to the head, these are things that I've been working since before I had an amateur fight. I had a bunch of Muay Thai fights before I ever did MMA, so that was something that I've always been working on, and I'm excited to be able to unleash that. You know, I feel I'm more than ready to show those techniques off, and I haven't got the chance to yet. So very excited for that.
Well, my man, you know, only a couple of days, like I said, from weigh-ins. What's left to do? I mean, you know, just relax a little bit, you know, get the game plan set, you know, go through the motions. What's it like the last couple of days heading to that pro debut?
Yeah, so it's today, basically tonight, I just got back from the gym. This was like my last even real like cardio. I wasn't really going hard tonight. The work is done, you know. It's just a matter of keeping up on the weight. You know, my weight's really good right now. I'm actually in the best spot I've ever been in to get into cut day. You know what I mean? I'm feeling really good going into my cut day. So tomorrow, tomorrow I'm gonna go through the motions, regular movements. You know, I'm gonna get myself ready for the night. I'm gonna eat a little bit in the morning, drink a little bit of water, and then around noon I'm gonna cut all the eating, cut all the drinking out, and towards the nighttime I'll make my cut, and then tomorrow afternoon I can weigh in, and yeah, that's it, man. The work is done. You know, it's the hard part is the cut and weight. You know, like the skill work has already been months in the making, so I'm excited to get the cut over with and go enjoy the fun part, you know?
Excellent, my man. Well, who's going to be in your corner making that trip with you? And do you expect, I mean, you said Max is going to be on the card doing some grappling. You expect some fans and friends to make the journey with you guys to the historic Park Theater?
Absolutely, yeah. We're gonna have a good group of people up there. I've sold a bunch of tickets already, so yeah, we'll definitely have a good squad. That'll be cool. And I'm going to have Rob Cipriano and Carlos Correa in my corner. My coach, Dan Dubuque, he's having a baby boy. So his wife is actually due on the day of the fight. So, you know, I can't be mad at him for not being able to make it out for this one. He'll be there in spirit, and I've been working with him all camp. You know what I mean? He'll be there with me no matter what. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get my hand raised and then give them their shout out for their baby boy. I hope he's born by the time I get the W, because that'll be cool, man.
Excellent, my man. Excellent. Well, bro, you know, last thing here, you know, your pro debut. It's been a year. Well, it's been over a year because, you know, you had that in-between time from your AMI to now. But, you know, in that year, you did a lot of things, got an amateur title in New England, and now you're making that huge step. So the last question here is, what do we expect to see from Motzz Antidormi on July 29th making his pro debut?
You could definitely expect, I always say, an exciting fight. You know, I'm looking to go and please the fans. You know, I want to get him out of there in exciting fashion. And I really believe that I'm going to get this kid out of there in one round. You know, these 5-minute rounds are going to make a huge difference for me. And I believe that it's not going to last very long. Let me just put it like that.
Sounds good, man. Can't wait to watch it, bro. It's right down the street from me. I actually live 4 blocks from the Park Theater, man. So I'll probably just walk there and stumble home after. But
there you go. Yeah, we'll have to get a couple beers afterwards.
Definitely, my man. You'll be in my area, bro. So with that said, Mike, man, shout out sponsors, social media, any thank yous, and I'll let you get, you know, going, resting up in the next couple of days for that huge pro debut.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so like always, my Instagram, Antidormi911. You can find everything on there. I post everything on there. My Facebook, Michael Motzz Antidormi. You know, I want to shout out my coaches, Dan Dubuque, Rod Cipriano, my manager, Carlos Correa, CT Combat, FAA CT, you know, all these people that have helped me get ready for this fight. My family, my brothers, you know, they're always in my corner. They're always on my side, and they're on the mats with me every day, training with me and helping me get ready as well. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You know, check me out on YouTube, check me out on Instagram, all the good stuff, and I'll see everybody on Saturday.
All right, my man. Well, you rest up, and we'll see you on Saturday night, man. You know, making that huge step in your career, bro. So thank you so much for the time. Fight week, bro. I know it's tough, but you always make time for me. Love the camp, love Dan, love Carlos, and I can't wait to talk to you on the other side, man, and see how that experience was.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, you always give me the shine, man. I appreciate it truly, man.
All right, my man. You have a good night, and we'll see you in a couple days.
Thank you, brother. You too.
All right.